Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Dr. Don Zapirian, and I've been a metallographer, metallurgist, and material scientist for over 35 years. And 26 years ago, I was one of the co-founders of PACE Technologies. Today, we'll be focusing on precision sectioning for metallographic sample preparation using our PICO metallographic saws. Let's get started. In my opinion, sample preparation really needs to start with proper sectioning. If you don't properly section the sample, you can create too much damage that can't be removed even with more advanced polishing and grinding techniques. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start by describing the procedure used on the PICO 155S metallographic precision saw. Here are some of the key features of the PICO 155S precision saw. The primary feature, I believe, is the cooling system that we have, which is an external coolant pump that allows us to actually focus the coolant on the interface between the sample and the cutting blade. The second feature we have is a precision micrometer. We also have a way of positioning the sample in different locations to optimize its angle with the cutting blade. In addition, our saw goes from 200 RPM to 1500 RPM. Our load goes from 0 grams to 1,000 grams. And we also have an emergency switch in case something goes awry. The most important variable in precision sectioning is selection of the abrasive blade. And we actually offer the widest selection of abrasive blades in the industry. The most common blades that you will find are the metal bonded, metal press blades. These vary from 3-inch diameter up to 7-inch. So basically 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7-inch diameter. The 3-inch is actually a very thin blade. It's only 6/1000 thick, so it minimizes the amount of kerf that you get when you're actually cutting. These are available also in low concentration, which is primarily used for harder, more brittle materials such as ceramics, glasses, and mineral samples. The high concentration is used for optimizing the cutting for metals. It's also available not only in diamond, but also in CBN. For a more economical blade, we also offer the metal press blades in a stainless steel backing. And these vary from 4-inch up to 7-inch. One of the blades that we have that is especially useful for cutting soft materials such as plastics and bone is a electroplated blade. The electroplated blades actually have a higher profile of the diamond than the metal pressed, and they're also a little bit coarser, so you'll get a little bit rougher surface when you're cutting with those materials. We also offer abrasive blades, silicon carbide abrasive blades, and aluminum oxide abrasive blades for more traditional metal cutting. One thing that's very critical when you're working with precision cutting is proper flange size. We have flanges that vary from 50 millimeters or 2 inches to 75 millimeters, 3 inches, up to 100 millimeters or 4 inches. This actually takes a lot of the flexibility in the blade, especially if you're trying to do very precise cutting. We also have a dressing fixture, and here's the dressing stone here. We recommend this because this will extend the life of your diamond blades significantly. What happens is that you can have material, coat your sample, coat your blades, as well as the blade coating material itself, which will reduce the effectiveness of the cutting. So by dressing this at a low speed, you can actually clean up these blades and get a much longer life out of the blade. We also offer a variety of cutting fluids. In particular, the cutting fluids that we use have a corrosion inhibitor to help protect both the sample and the blade from oxidation during the cutting process. For the PICO 155 precision saws that we have, we offer a variety of fixtures that actually come standard with each PICO. Some of these include for mounting pre-mounted samples, such as these. This is a 32 millimeter and this is a 40 millimeter. We also have a sample vise for irregular samples such as this, and this is actually a mineral sample here. We have a teardrop holder which is also nice. The most common holder is actually a single saddle chuck, and this could be flipped upside down so that if you're cutting a tube or something. We also have a larger profile single sample holder. And then burrs are a problem. We have a double-sided fixture. We have a fixture for holding fasteners. You can see the bolt in here. The dressing fixture. And we also have, if you want to make angular cuts, we have this swivel head on this arm here. So again, we have quite a variety of different types of fixturing and sample holding devices. The first step in sectioning with the PICO is to install the blade. Now the flange looks like this. So it's got a flat side and then you've got a groove side. The groove side is what faces the blade. So we'll put that on first, and then we'll put our abrasive blade on. And then the outside flange. And then the holding mechanism. Now let's go ahead and load the sample. So I have the sample loaded up into, this is what we call a double saddle chuck, so it's holding the sample on both sides, which if you're working with brittle materials, that's highly recommended so that you get a clean cut through the entire sample and you don't get a burr. So with the sample mounted here, let's go ahead and mount it onto the arm. As you can see, there's multiple places here to load the sample. What I recommend is that we try to center the sample so that it's cutting just short of the apex on the blade. And in that case, looks like it'll probably be best just to go ahead and put it on the third spot. Now with the sample there, with the micrometer, I can go ahead and position where I want that to cut through the sample. Also, there's a cutoff switch here, so when this engages the switch, you'll hear it start beeping, and that's when the cut is finished, and that will also turn off the motor. So we're basically just about ready. Let's just go ahead and position the cooling hoses, on the blade here, and then go ahead and shut it. Before that, let's actually put on our splash guard here. This will keep the window a little bit clearer so we can see our sample as it's cutting. Now let's enter the programming parameters. We have 3 quick selections here, so we got 500, 1000, and 1500. We can also change this intermediately with the scroll bar. So let's go ahead and set it to that. We can turn on the pump. And with the load, basically we have this counterbalance here. So if you want to zero out the load without this weight on here to get an accurate measurement of what your loading is, you'd actually adjust this till you get to a 0 balance there. And then you could put this weight on. For now, we'll just go ahead and take this off since we're cutting a ceramic material. So to start this cutting operation, we'll just hit the start button. That was fast. To summarize, we just finished cutting a ceramic sample on the PICO 155S. You can see that it actually did a very nice job of cutting it here. At this point, we're basically finished with the, precision sectioning section. I do want to mention that the PICO precision saws are very useful in a wide variety of fields and for cutting different types of materials. It's used in the semiconductor industry, biomedical industry, mining industry, metals industry, ceramics industry, automotive industry. Anything that requires very precise cuts, the PICO 155 precision saw is an ideal choice for your laboratory. Thank you.